What's up there and welcome to a brand new video on 414 YGO. In today's video, things you missed in Yu-Gi-Oh! Waking the Dragons Arc Part 2. And hey, if you're new here, why not join the 414 community by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out. So, we're on to Part 2. This video is going to cover episodes 155 all the way through to episodes 164. These episodes see two of my most favourite moments from this arc. I mean, number one is that classic yet ever so heartbreaking Yugi loss, but we had that amazing dark AF Yami, which was absolutely incredible. And number two could possibly be in one of my top 5 moments of Yu-Gi-Oh! In period, is the Yugi overkill on Weevils. Just absolutely amazing. I remember when I first saw that, I was like, oh my god, yes. So good. We all wanted to see it, and we finally saw it. But let me know what you thought of those moments in the comment section below, and I'm going to stop rambling, roll intro, and get on to the things you missed. Kicking off with episode 155, nothing really out of the ordinary happens in this episode. It's a bit of an aftermath after the Joey and Mai duel. However, we do see Yami riding a horse, which is very, very majestic. Episode 156, so we're getting into the deepness, the real episodes here. This is the first episode of Yugi versus Raphael. Absolutely love the Guardian stuff that he was playing, absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, nothing really happens out of the ordinary in this episode. However, it does in episode 157, so we'll skip right onto that. Episode 157, I just want to give a quick shout out here to the Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. Oof, waifu on dragons. That needs to become a thing, waifu on dragons. However, the things that we missed in this episode was basically a bit of an animation change between the Japanese and the dub version. So after Yugi activates Card of Sanctity, he has 6 cards in his hand. In the Japanese version, he holds Hand Control, Dark Magician, Sangan, Magical Hat, Defusion, and of course, the Seal of Orichalcos. In the dub version, he holds Amazonas Spellcaster, Agido, Catapult Turtle, Magical Hat, Defusion, and the Seal of Orichalcos. Really, really strange cards for him to hold in the dub compared to what you'd expect to see in his hand in the Japanese version. Episode 158, so this is where we really see the dark side of Yami come out, an absolutely incredible episode. Yeah, also quite a heartbreaking episode as well, because it's, Yugi losing is something that we've never really seen to this extent anyway. Absolutely heartbreaking. Of course, little Yugi sacrifices himself to be taken, and this basically leads Yami down this road of depression, self-loathing, and it sounds really bad, but I really liked that side of him. It was quite interesting to see. However, things you missed, when Yami splits Curry Babylon into the 5 Karibo brothers, he actually has 8 monsters on the field. This is the most amount of monsters that are on the field at the same time in any of the series so far. However, if he'd summoned Dark Magician after Curry Babylon instead, he would have had 9, just being very greedy. This kind of rolls into the next episode, but of course, Kaiba taking Yugi's loss, he probably took it the hardest out of everyone. He was absolutely shocked to find out that he'd lost his championship title to Raphael, who he claimed as an absolute nobody. But if we think about it in technical terms, he didn't really lose the championship title because this didn't take place in an official tournament. I think Kaiba's main beef here was that Yugi lost to this nobody, and he was just really, really annoyed that it wasn't him that beat Yugi. Of course, this, as we know, this is like Kaiba's life now, just to beat Yugi. Interesting note as well, a bit of hypocrisy. While Yami Yugi is obviously under the influence of the Seal of Orichalcos, he heartlessly sacrifices his own monsters to inflict direct damage to his opponent. This, in fact, was the exact same strategy that he criticised Arcana for in their duel during the Battle City tournament. And of course, taking on this strategy, just as Arcana lost to Yugi, Yugi obviously loses using this strategy. So, don't sacrifice your monsters heartlessly. Believe in your monsters, feel for them, treat them as family, treat them as your own, and you are sure to win. That's the secret to winning any Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel, I guess. Moving on to episode 159 now, so obviously this is where we see Yugi fall into that really depressive state, and more importantly so, Kaiba's rage increase, which was amazing. Really interesting kind of dialogue between Kaiba and Yugi in this one, basically just showing how much Kaiba kind of took the loss worse than Yugi did. So Kaiba says, Yugi lost. Yugi gave his Duel Monsters Championship crown to some nobody. No one deserves that title but me. And Yami Yugi's like, oh, but hold on. And Kaiba's like, I don't want to hear another word. You're a disgrace to the game, Yugi. Woohoo! As if he wasn't feeling like bad enough. Just Kaiba's just like, just disappear. I wish it had been you that was taken. Give me the little Yugi back. He had sense. Interestingly, this is an obvious one, a bit of a change between the Japanese sub and the English dub. Of course, when Yami explains that it was his fault that Yugi's soul was captured and he didn't heed Yugi's warnings, so on, Joey then grabs Yami Yugi by the collar in a fit of rage, a fit of Brooklyn rage, if you will. Yeah, in the Japanese version, Joey actually punches Yami in the face, which then knocks him to the ground and he tumbles and falls and a few times. However, in the dub, after Joey grabs Yugi in the fit of Brooklyn rage by his collar, the scene changes to the group with Taya saying, Joey, yeah. Then it cuts to a scene of Yami just lying on the ground like, bruh, why did you just randomly hit the deck? I mean, obviously I think we know what happened, but show the punch, goddammit. Episode 160, we see some rematches in this episode. So obviously Weevil and Rex Raptor have joined Darts' crew, and if we didn't think they were douchebags enough already, this gives us even more reason to think they're douchebags, I guess. Nothing really happens in episode 160 nor 161, however, obviously the rematches are that Rex Raptor takes on Yosef Wheeler and Weevil takes on Yami Yugi. So let's jump straight into episode 162 then. So really does have probably one of my most favourite moments in Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever. It's definitely my top 5. Just that absolute overkill on Weevil. Some things that will cut from the sub, unbelievable. If you enjoyed the overkill, watch the sub version of this episode because there is so much more darkness and stuff going in this that just makes it so much better. For example, cut from the dub was a scene where Yami actually lifts Weevil into the air and yells his name with a really terrifying look in his eyes. And of course, when interrogating him on Yugi's location, he did it in a very, very violent manner, which was whoa. Awesome to see. Also, when Yami Yugi attacks Weevil, I say attacks, when he overkills him to death pretty much. In the sub, he does it 7 times. There's 7 different attacks. However, in the dub, by the effect of Berserker Soul, he only attacks him 5 times. So, I don't really know why they cut the 2 down. I mean, if it was me, I'd be big double figures, 10 attacks on Weevil. Yeah, really strange on that one. But finally, this one's whoa. Okay, darkness. Right after Weevil ripped up the card that supposedly had Yugi's soul in it, Yami tells Weevil to wash his neck and wait. This is basically Yami essentially issuing a death threat to Weevil, or death sentence. I'm oh, that's dark. Ooh, spine tingling stuff there. But yeah, definitely check out that episode in the sub if you haven't, because it's very, very awesome. Episode 163, this is basically the duel between the illusionary Yugi and Yami. Basically, their decks and hands were in the same order and had the same cards. Yami realized this earlier. However, the illusionary Yugi used the seal of Orichalco. So this was basically just to kind of torture Yami a bit more and show him hey, this is what got us into this situation in the first place. This is where you've effed up, so to speak. So yeah, a bit more torture on poor Yugi there. Sad times. But during this duel, the illusionary Yugi mentioned that he knew the day would come where he would have to face off against Yami Yugi in battle, and once Yugi defeats Yami, it will be their eternal goodbye. Both of these actually foreshadow the ceremonial battle, so it's a kind of insight into the future, which was awesome, to kind of you don't really think about it, but when you look back on it, it's oh, awesome. Finally, this one's really cool actually. In the dub, the music heard at the end of this episode is the same music from the ending scene of the movie Yu-Gi-Oh! The Pyramid of Light, which I thought was really, really cool. Finally, moving on to episode 164. This is the duel where Yami takes on that Orichalco soldier. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, nothing really happens here, so this marks the end of this video. Thanks for watching. This is my video, Things You Missed in Yu-Gi-Oh! Waking the Dragons Arc Part 2, where it was kind of more trivia and sub-to-dub changes, but hey, what can you do? I'll present what I'm given. But if you'd like to see more of these Yu-Gi-Oh! Things You Missed videos, fact videos, character decks, duels, profiles, and more, then hit the subscribe button. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button, share this video with a friend, or just leave me a comment in the section below. Let me know what you thought of the Yugi losing situation, the overkill situation on Weevil, or Seto's rage maybe. Awesome moments. I mean, these set of episodes are probably my favourite from the arc, so awesome sauce. Let me know what you think. But anyway, that is it from me. I will see you in the next video. Peace!